Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another of the Inspired Mind sessions. I'm Dr. Kate Devlin. I'm Senior Lecturer in Social and Cultural Artificial Intelligence at King's College London, and I'm delighted to be back hosting today. And it's a day of subject that's really close to my heart, and I think we all need some optimism to hear about the good things that can happen from AI. Now, before we get started, I have a little bit of online housekeeping. So this is what you need to know about today. We want you to tweet your thoughts throughout the program. Please use the official hashtags, hashtag WSAI20 or hashtag INSAI20 and hashtag AI Brains. This year, the theme of Inspired AI and World Summit AI is Without Borders. So some of our speakers have sent through short videos of what AI without borders means to them, and we'll be running them during the short breaks between sessions on this headliner stage. We'd like to know what it means to you as well, so please take a short video on your phone letting us know what AI without borders means to you, and tweet this to us at World Summit AI. This afternoon we have some truly mind-blowing content on this stage. Our theme this week is global game changers. So we're asking the question, can tech save us? You can see the full program and speakers by clicking on the reception button found within the toolbar on your left, and then scroll down to find the program. I would suggest that you open the reception page as a second tab on your browser as an easy point of reference to view the schedule throughout the afternoon. Most of our speakers will be taking a 15-minute Q&A directly after their presentations, and this happens in the networking lounge speaker Q&A room, which can be found by clicking on the sessions button within the toolbar on your left. I'll let you know how you can follow them to this room for Q&As after they've presented. There'll be a 5-minute break, time permitting, after each presentation session. And I'd encourage you all to visit the cyberspace area to meet with our cyberspace sponsors and partners in that time. Lots of innovation over there, or just have a stretch and grab a coffee. We know that lots of you are here to find a new way to network. And you can do this by clicking on the networking icon on the left side toolbar. Here you'll be matched with another attendee for up to 6 minutes. After the video one-to-one, click Connect to add to your hop-in connections, and then you can follow up your connections by using the search tool on the Inspired Citizens tab. You'll need to exchange personal details here to continue the conversation after the event. And if you still have more to say, invite your new connection for a one-to-one video chat. We're also inviting you all to connect with each other over in the networking lounge. The lounge will be open from now until 6 o'clock today. You'll be able to share your audio and video, join in the conversation live on screen, or just participate in the chat. Start a topic of your own, make a conversation. Just a reminder about our Inspired AI community. To join our WhatsApp group, simply head over to the sessions area, scan the QR barcode, or enter the lounge and click on the link to join. It's a great way to meet new people or continue the conversation long after this episode has finished. If you've got any problems at all, please visit the live information desk in the cyberspace area via the cyberspace button at the bottom of your toolbar. Now, let's get started with our curtain raiser from our startup showcase entitled AI for Good, Can Tech Save Us? Here to share his thoughts, we're delighted to welcome Kelvin Aongola, co-founder and CEO of Labelfuse. Emanating from Antler Amsterdam's first cohort of founders in 2019, Labelfuse has put it at the core of their craft to improve accuracy, enhance efficiency, and reduce costs involved in the process of image labeling powered by AI. Kelvin believes that there's more good that AI can do, but in order to make all this happen, you need clean data. Labelfuse's intention is to fulfill this vision. So over to you, Kelvin.
Thank you. All right, I'll just share my screen before we begin. Okay, just give it a few seconds, it's still loading. All right, great. So thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Kelvin, as was mentioned before, and I'm the CEO at Labelfuse. So before I begin my talk, I would like to first, share with you some of the trends that we have today. So every time when I speak to pretty much a lot of people, non-technical, there's always this idea that what we're trying to build would eventually reduce employment, get people out of work, and could be abused as well. So even though these, concerns are accurate, there's rather more pressing issues that we should be focusing on today as AI companies. So besides, the usual AI is going to spy on us, AI is going to take over the world, the most pressing issue today is climate change. And this is something that we should all be sort of thinking about almost every day because it affects all of us. And if you think about it in detail, I can give you the numbers, the statistics out there, but this is not something new to us. So if you think of Africa, we have floods. In US, developed countries, we have issues like fires, and also just, a threat to our crop production and our safety. So at Labelfuse, we've been thinking differently. How can we ensure that, the world is protected in the future before all these calamities become worse? So to date, we've been working with researchers, for example, Utrecht University. And what they've been trying to do is collect historical data to help them understand what climate will look like into the future. But to do this, they've been having challenges themselves. The technology is outdated. They have few expertise in the field. And also it's just expensive to actually hire those PhDs to actually process all this information and provide accurate models for the future. So the way it works today is they have these huge images that they have to look at on a microscope, and they need to analyze different cell types. So what this simply means is that they can look at cells from about 20,000 years ago, and they could trace it back to today and be able to tell what will happen in the next 3 or 5 years ahead of time. But the challenge is this process is still manual, it's very expensive. On average, they'll spend at least 4 months just labeling these images. And then next to that, they need to figure out how do they actually get to use computer vision to detect different cell types, then create a model that they can use to predict what will happen, it be in climate, vegetation, you name it. So working with Labelfuse, we decided to make this easier for them. So the first step that we did was address their labeling needs, because we know labeling is one of the biggest bottlenecks in adopting machine learning. So instead of them outsourcing their private data to third parties, they have to use our platform to do it in-house more securely and easily, automatically. So they don't have to spend hours manually labeling. The tool itself had to do the labeling, and on top of that, provide a detection model that they could use to generate these predictions that they need for their research. So what used to take months now happens just within a few minutes. So the way it happens is they'll come to a platform, upload about 400 samples, and in just less than minutes, they will receive the results with 100% accuracy rate, and then can use this feedback as a means to actually begin creating predictions for different use cases. So if you think about it in the long term, what this simply means for us is they can now guarantee what will happen, let's say, with agriculture, with the environment in general, with our habitat. And that means we can prepare now before it even actually happens. So this is the kind of future that we're trying to encourage at Labelfuse as a company by focusing on use cases that actually promote the well-being of mankind instead of just making a profit. So in conclusion, our goal is to change the narrative where machines are not trying to take over jobs or, control mankind for good, but rather helping machines and men working together towards providing a sustainable future. So if you have any questions, my name is Kelvin. You can reach out on my email, and that's it. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Kelvin. That's great. We're taking a short break now, and then we'll be back with you. Please do try some one-to-one networking via the networking tab, and be sure to add yourself to our WhatsApp group. Just head over to the sessions area and scan the QR barcode, or enter the lounge and click to join, and we'll see you back here soon.